Focus has been on Bangladesh, as thousands of Rohingya have arrived from Myanmar in recent weeks, seeking refuge. But it's not just Bangladesh that's hosting those who have fled persecution. In neighbouring Nepal, Rohingya who live in a slum in northern Kathmandu are anxiously awaiting news of their relatives, and they feel powerless to help.
It has been 8 or 10 days since my family arrived in Bangladesh. It is very difficult for them to find food to eat or a place to stay. They're all crying. They told me that the village now looks like a field. They burnt the whole village and reduced it to ashes. I feel very tense. What do I do? What can I do when I hear they have burnt everything?
The Nepalese government says it has no plans to remove the Rohingya, but it is trying to prevent more arriving by tightening up its border. In India, it's a different story. The Indian government is set to put its case to the Supreme Court to expel up to 40,000 Rohingya, even though many of them have been there for a decade. But Rohingya refugees say returning to Myanmar is simply not an option.
So many people in our village were killed and just buried anywhere. They didn't even get proper funeral rites. The government here keeps saying that they will deport us, but I say that it is better if they just shoot us dead here. At least we will be fortunate enough to have proper funeral rites.
It is better if the government kill us or put us in jail than have us deported back there. If we go back there, they will cut us into pieces and stack us 10 to 15 people together and set us on fire. Because we are Muslim, we need a proper funeral and a grave, but we would not get that there.
This has now become one of the fastest growing refugee crises on the planet. And while the international community is struggling to deal with the growing number of people in need of help, the Rohingya are receiving support far and wide. In New Delhi, a day-long fast was held to show solidarity with the refugees. And demonstrators in Paris gathered in front of the Eiffel Tower, calling on Myanmar to stop violations against the Rohingya. But Myanmar seems to be ignoring the calls, and the crisis is now into its 4th week and counting. Carrie Alexandra, TRT World.